Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you for subscribing to this channel, and if you are visiting me for the first time, may I request you to please subscribe, and I assure you, you will not be disappointed. Hi everyone once again. First of all, I would like to say thank you for all your love, the one which keeps pouring in through messages and through my on my Instagram, on my message box, that my videos are helping you some way, and I'm happy to contribute and hold your hand through this journey. And everyone in life requires somebody to be there to listen, somebody to be there to hold your hand, somebody to be there where you can turn to when you're going through bad or low phases in your life. So always remember, I'm always there. Anytime you're going through a phase where you're looking for a friend, you're most welcome to get in touch with me, and I'll try my level best to bring you out of that situation. Okay, so back to work. Uh, now that the forms have been submitted and the pictures are gone, and now every passing day, as you are waiting, what is going to happen? Will they call me for the interview? Will I get rejected? Will I get selected? Will I ever wear that crown? So all kinds of emotions are going through in your mind. And as the days will pass by, you will get more and more and more emotional. And a time will come when these emotions will start turning towards negativity. Why such a long time? Why they are not calling me? Why, if they haven't called me, maybe I haven't made it. Why didn't I make it? What is wrong with me? Why do I always get rejected? All kinds of things will start flowing into your mind, and this is the time when you actually need a very important life skill, and that is called patience. Patience. What is patience? Patience is having the ability to wait with calmness for the tides to turn, for the delay to you actually look at delay with calmness. You are not restless, you're not anxious, but you're waiting with calm mind for things to happen. And believe me, this entire world was not built in a day. It took a long time, and things take time. And if things are done very quickly, they do not bear the results. Unfortunately, in today's generation, your generation is the generation which wants instant gratification. So you are the instant generation. I call you all the instant generation. Instagram, instant coffee, instant things. You want things to happen instantly. World has shrunk into a small mobile phone. You touch it and you get the information. You touch it and the food is there. You touch it and the delivery boy is there with your dress. So you guys have not actually worked hard to get something. And because you haven't worked very hard to get something, you have not been able to develop this skill, this important life skill called patience. In our generation, you know our mothers and grandmothers used to have 7 children, 8 children, and and they all had to work very hard to make something of themselves. Nowadays we just have 1 or 2 children, everything is provided to them, and they are so pampered and they are so loved, which is nice. But on the other side, because of this pampering and spoon feeding, a lot of us, not us, your generation, is is somehow losing out on very important life skills like time management, resilience, and patience. And I think you need somebody of my generation, and my generation, you can check me out. I'm a senior citizen, so I won't say more than that. So in my generation, I'm as good as your mom, or maybe as good as your grandmom, and so you need somebody to hold your hand and teach you these skills. Day before yesterday, I spoke to you about building your confidence. Yesterday, I told you to be a smile millionaire, that whatever is going through you in your life, you have to have that smile on your face. Because whether you like it or not, there is something called law of attraction. Whatever you give, so shall you receive. And today is my third life skill, and that is patience. Important, very, very important life skill. So, in around somewhere in 1960, uh, an experiment was done by Stanford University on a group of children, and these children were given marshmallows. It's kind of a sweet, soft thing, which is kind of a toffee, you can say a soft toffee. So, a couple of these kids were put together in a room, and they were all given a very, very tasty, mouth watering, colorful marshmallow. And they were told that this is for you, but you will only eat it when we come back to the room. We are just going out for about 10 minutes or so. So everybody was told that we'll be out for about 10 minutes. Please don't eat the marshmallows before we come. Once we come in, we will allow you to have the marshmallow. So don't have it. And if anybody has it, then the game is over. But for those who will wait, will get a special reward. So they left the room, and after about 10 minutes, when they came back, they saw most of the kids had actually eaten the marshmallow. They could not resist it. So they didn't have the patience to wait for those 10 minutes to have that marshmallow. But there were a couple of kids who actually waited for that 10 minutes. Even though they were drooling, they held themselves back from having that marshmallow. And these guys, they got as a reward another marshmallow. But what I'm trying to tell you, that this research proved that these kids who actually held themselves back with patience, when they grew up, they had better abilities to to understand life, to cope with life. And this is something which we need to build, because when we have patience, every situation in life we will be able to handle it with a lot of calmness and with a lot of resilience. Okay, so unfortunately, today's generation, as I said, we want to develop muscles in a day. We want to, most of the youngsters I see, they order pre-cut food, so they just don't have to cut the vegetables also. They just have to, or you have a click on Zomato and the food comes to your door. And we have to get out of this habit. If you really want to survive, if you really want to thrive with positivity, you will have to learn to have patience and to develop the skills, especially the life skills in life. Okay, so because when you don't have patience, you go through a lot of negativity, which I'll just explain how do I identify that. So for the present moment, I will just talk to you about what is patience. Okay, so the first thing to learn patience is that you have to understand your trigger. What is it that pushes you to do things fast? What is it that really gives you some kind of a negative impact to become impatient? Sometimes it's not just an internal factor. Maybe it's an external factor. Maybe you're very tired. Maybe you are hungry. Maybe you haven't slept well. Maybe through whole day you are just concentrating on something negative. So you are all burnt out, stressed out, and that is your trigger, which is coming from outside and also from inside, because you're thinking all the time, you're thinking negative. So first thing you have to do is to find out, sit down and make a list. What are the triggers which make me agitated? Is it hunger? Is it lack of sleep? Is it some kind of comment from someone? Is it when I just open the internet and my mind straight away takes me to that place where I have submitted my form, and if I don't see any activity there, that is my trigger. Because what you would start feeling is that in case you don't have patience and in case you're agitated, you will start feeling restless. You will start feeling dehydrated. You will start getting these butterflies in your stomach because you're thinking too much. You might land up with headache. You might land up with low back pain or maybe cervical pain. And you may be just panicking at small little things, and when you are like that, it's a rippling effect. If you're happy, the people around you are happy. If you're sad, people around you are sad. So if you are agitated, the people around you start getting agitated, and they yell at you, you yell at them, and the situation can go out of hand. So first and foremost, sit and identify what are the triggers that make me impatient, what are the triggers that bring these kind of symptoms in my life. Once you have identified them, then you know this is where I get agitated. Maybe because I get hungry, so always keep a bar with you, always keep a water bottle with you so you're not dehydrated. Always eat on time, and that part would be taken care of in case it's an external factor. If it's an internal factor, like you haven't had your proper sleep, and maybe you're again and again and again just looking at that particular news or that particular site and you're not seeing anything happening there, it's agitating you, then what you need to do is get away from that site. You need to maybe put an alarm and sleep early so that you get your sleep in place. The second thing you will have to do is that you have to learn to slow down. You have to learn to slow down. You see, there was a child, and one day he was playing in the garden, and he saw that there was this cocoon from which two little, legs were coming out. And he could make out that some kind of an insect is coming out of that cocoon or pupa, whatever you call it. And the child was watching that with fascination, and he could make out that whatever was inside that cocoon was struggling to come out of it, and struggling. And then he thought, oh, why should this guy struggle so much? Let me just break the cocoon. The thing will, come out, whatever it is. So he just crushed the cocoon and let that insect come out. And actually, that insect was supposed to be a small little butterfly and was trying to come out of that cocoon. But the moment it came out of cocoon, it tried something, and after some time, it just lay almost as good as dead. And this child was thinking, what did I do wrong? What happened? Why did this little insect die? And then he went and spoke to his mother that, Mom, today I saw such and such thing, and what did I do? Where did I go wrong? Then the mother told him that, what you saw was a butterfly being born, and when that butterfly struggles to come out of that, that little cocoon, that struggle that brings out her full strength, and her legs and everything becomes stronger, her wings become stronger, and as it comes out, it just has that kind of a strength to just flap the wings and learn to fly, to move, to fly. But because you took it out immediately from the cocoon, that butterfly never learned to fly because she never had the strength to open her wings. So is life, Life, you cannot fast forward life. It has to move very, very slowly. And the more slow you go, the more strength you get. Success which you get instantly, fine. You may get success instantly, but you will never be able to maintain it because you don't have the experience of maintaining it. But when you go step by step, step by step, step by step, and then you reach success, you are able to maintain it because you understand the basics, you have the experience on how to maintain it. Similarly, in life, you have to slow down. As I said, things don't happen instantly. A child, when born, would instantly not start going to college. He has to first learn to crawl, then walk, then run, then go to nursery, then finish school, then go to college. Cannot happen instantly, right? So, even if you look at the day, it will rise slowly, the dawn will happen, and slowly the sun will come up and then go in the center, and then slowly it becomes dusk in the evening and it goes down. So everything moves around slowly. If things were moving like this, imagine if the earth was moving like this, how would we be? So remember that you have to have the patience to become slow. So take a deep breath, and always remember that it's your journey and you have to build those muscles, mental and physical muscles, to face life head on. Okay, you know, like for example, if you're stuck in a traffic jam, you can't do anything about it, can you? So might as well just look out, enjoy the scene, or maybe carry a book, and because you have to wait it through. There is no way your car is not going to fly home. Similarly, situations will happen that that maybe you are sitting in a doctor's office and it's taking a long time for your turn to come, or you're standing in the grocery line, it's going to take some time for the turn to come. So might as well distract your attention from there and start looking here and there. You may find something interesting to look at, or you may find somebody to talk to, but you're so focused on things happening quickly that you just miss out on these little pleasures in life. So slow down. I see, a lot of people even running in the streets, and if you just ask them, okay, how many mango trees do you think did you pass today? They said, mango tree? I didn't even notice any mango tree. It's because you were so much in a hurry. And many a times, even if you're not running, you're just walking, you are in your own world. You need to be mindful. You need to be in the moment, right? The third thing is that in case something is really, really bothering you, again and again you're going back to the same site. I remember I went through this and I go through it and I know this is my weakness and I work on it. For example, if there's an interesting news on one channel, I will switch to another to see that, I'll switch to another to see that. Though they're all talking the same thing, but I'll keep shifting from one to another, thinking that maybe some channel will tell something else, but everybody's on the same platform. They're talking almost the same thing. And sometimes I get so irritated with my own self. Why the hell am I doing it? It's because I'm so obsessed with that news. So if you're obsessed by looking at that site again and again and again and again and 20 times in a day, you're bound to get agitated. So use that energy to build something positive. Build a hobby. And build a hobby which actually teaches you patience. Maybe cooking. And you would realize when you cook, you first have to wash the vegetables, peel the vegetables, cut the vegetables. Then you have to make that base of the vegetable, add all the masalas, then cook it again and pressure cooker it. So it's a process. And then you understand it doesn't happen like this. And slowly you develop that patience. Maybe it's a painting. If I have to paint this whole big canvas, it is one stroke of brush at a time. When you fill a bucket, it is one drop at a time. So these are some of the things which you actually put when you're mindful about it. It does teach you patience. So develop some hobby which diverts your attention as well as it teaches you patience. That things don't happen instantly. You have to work for it. You have to put in a hard work for it. And eventually things happen at the right place at the right time. It's important to understand that. Okay, so accept that grace. And also, the next thing I would want to say is that expect the unexpected. The only reality in life is that it always changes. And many a times, you know what's my favorite quote? My favorite quote is, if you want God to love, tell him your future plans. Many a times we plan a lot of things, but they don't happen the way we want them to happen. Sometimes it's not the right time. Sometimes it's not the right place. Sometimes God wants us to wait because he wants us to, when you wait out certain thing and when you get it, uska maza hi alag hota hai. So life is very, very unpredictable. No one knows what the next moment holds for us. But we know what this present moment is holding for us. Right now, you're listening to me, I'm talking to you, we are learning from each other. So, this is the moment which will be past very soon. No one knows what tomorrow holds. No one wants even, we don't even know what next minute will hold for us. But we know what this passing moment is holding for us. So, accept it. Accept that life is unpredictable. Accept that there's a plenty of distance between the cup and your mouth. Anything can happen in between. And whatever will happen in between is to be accepted. You can't do anything about it. You have tried your level best and things are not working out. Maybe he has better plans. Maybe you wanted something desperately, but there's somebody else who needs it more than you, and God has decided that instead of giving it to you, he'll give it to that person who needs it at the moment. Maybe he sees that you don't need this at the moment. There could be plenty of reasons. So life is very unexpected. So what I need for you to do is that you have to accept the fact that life comes with all twists and turns and ups and downs, and it's like a roller coaster. So instead of getting scared and sitting on that roller coaster, just shout and yell and enjoy this roller coaster, because you know when the roller coaster goes down, it has to come up. So when things are going down, it has to come up. Every night has a day. Things will not remain same forever. But the only thing you can continue to do is to keep trying, to keep trying, to keep trying, because the more you try, the more experience you get, and the more you get closer and closer to your goal. The only thing what you need to do is to not give up. Even if it's a pageant, there are 1, 2 or 3 winners. Everybody is not a winner. But it's just a tag of a winner. The bare fact that you reached there itself makes you a winner. The bare fact that you participated in something which was your dream, that makes you a winner. You put in your 100%, that makes you a winner. And I always say, every winner was once a participant. You start with participation and then you become a winner. And many a times you need to participate a lot more before you become a winner. Right? So it's important that we accept this fact of life, that life is unpredictable. It can change any moment, for the better, for the worse. So I'm prepared for the best and I'm also prepared for the worst. I will accept whatever is coming to me. And I would just like to tell you this with a beautiful story which is very, very close to my heart. And the story is that there was a Panditji. You know what a Panditji is? A priest. And he used to do a lot of these spiritual rituals, and all his spiritual rituals and practices were super hit. You know, when he used to do puja for someone, it used to be successful. People used to get their pujas done from him and get whatever they want. So he was very, very popular. Very popular. Now this priest, he had 2 daughters. They both had grown up and he was looking for a prospective groom for them, and eventually he found them. So he got his elder daughter married to a farmer, a very wealthy farmer. And he got the second daughter married to a sculptor. Now, who's a sculptor? The one who molds and makes the statues and stuff. So he got the younger daughter married to a sculptor and the elder daughter married to a farmer. They both went away. His house was very lonely. He used to feel very sad because his wife had passed away long time back. And so he got very homesick for the daughters one day, and then he decided to visit them. So 6 months after the marriage, he went to meet the elder daughter. And as he reached near her house, he saw that her house was all in bad shape. And when he saw his daughter, her clothes were torn, her house was in a bad shape. And she didn't even offer him a cup of tea because she didn't even have milk at home. So he got shocked. I got her married to such a healthy and wealthy farmer. What's wrong? So he asked her, what happened to you? She says, Dad, we had worked so hard and we had sowed, we went and bought the best of seeds from the market. We put all our, savings into those seeds, and we did so much of hard work and we sowed those seeds. But Dad, since last month it hasn't rained. बारिश ही नहीं हुई है. And suddenly she got excited. She says, Dad, you've come at such a good time. Such a good priest, and whatever pujas you do always succeeds. Why don't you do a puja for us, Dad, that this village gets rain? Thank you, Papa, thank you. I couldn't have asked for anything better that you came at such a time. Now the priest knew that whatever he does is always successful. So he decided to do the puja for her and for the village. So he sat and he did that yagya, that puja. And as he was doing it, in a couple of hours, there were clouds in the sky and it started raining. And everybody got very happy, and it rained and it rained and it rained like never before. And within 2 days, they could see small, those seeds had started germinating, and everybody was celebrating and very happy. And now the priest decided, he said, now everything is fine, let me now go home. So he told his daughter that now that everything is fine, I'm going home, I'm very happy that things are fine for you. And while he was going home, on the way was the village of his second daughter. So he went to meet his second daughter. Now when he reached her place, he saw her condition was worse than the elder daughter. So he asked her, what's wrong with you? I got you married to such a wealthy guy. What's wrong with you? She says, Dad, we had put all our savings in buying the best of clay. We actually worked so hard and we made such beautiful toys. They were so lifelike. We had put them out in the sun. But it's rained so badly. It's been raining so badly since last few days that all of them just dissolved in the rain, Papa. Everything gone down the drain. And suddenly she got excited. Oh, Papa, you're such a big priest. Whatever you pray for comes true. Why don't you please pray for us that it should not rain? The rain should happen for a couple of days. Please, 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 Papa, please pray. Now, the priest was in a fix. If he prays that it should not rain, it is going to affect the elder daughter. And if he says that it should rain, it is going to affect the younger daughter. What should I do? Both of them are equally close to my heart. I cannot do any favorism with them. They are both my children. And then he looked up and said, God, just like these kids are my children, and I cannot do any favorism with them. We all are your children. And I know you're not going to do any favorism with us. So as your child, I can only pray and say, God, do for my daughters whatever you think will be good for them. भगवान आपके लिए वो ही करता है जो आपके लिए अच्छा होता है. When you keep this little thing in your mind, you will never ever be disappointed in your life. You would always realize that maybe my timing was not right. And when you turn around and see, after a couple of days or years or months, you will realize, yes, whatever he did was right for me. We are always cribbing and crying, why me, why me, why me? But when he actually gives it to you, how many of you say, why me? We don't even turn around and say thank you to God. But when he doesn't give it to us, we are always yelling and shouting, why me? So it's very, very important to understand that things will happen for you at the right place at the right time. There's a saying in Hindi which says, वक्त से पहले और किस्मत से ज़्यादा किसी को कुछ नहीं मिलता. Very important to understand. Only thing is, expect for the best and be prepared for the worst. Whatever happen will happen. But I'm not going to give up. I'll continue to try. I'll get better and try again. I'll get more better and try again. Take a feedback. Where do you think I went wrong? Work on it and try again, and you will definitely succeed. Okay, so but during this time of waiting, when you're waiting, don't be a passive waiter. Don't be lazy. Keep developing your skills. Keep developing your skills. As I keep saying, keep preparing for that oncoming interview. Keep preparing for the future. Build yourself up so that if not this, then this, if not this, then this. There is some plan which is going to unfold in future, and I should be well prepared for it. I'm just not going to sleep the whole day and think what is happening. I'm not going to stare into the space and think what is happening. I'm not going to be on television 24/7 to think what is going to happen to me. You're simply wasting time. Invest that in building yourself up. And you know what will be the consequences of impatience if you don't take charge of yourself? You're going to lose control of your own self. And when you lose control of your own self, you get sick. You'll get stress, you'll get anxiety, you'll get depression, you will get forgetful, you will get irritated, you'll start yelling, shouting, your relationships will go bad, and eventually you'll have a burnout. So very important. So don't think that if I can do things fast, everybody can do things fast. No. Everybody has their own pace of doing things. Every human being has their own pace of doing things, and well planned things take place step by step by step. So wait calmly for the tides to change. Wait calmly, because you know what we do? We sow a seed. It's like sowing a seed and then getting up the next day and bringing the seed out and seeing how much it has grown. You put it back again, bring it up again and see how much it has grown. Don't we all do this when we start dieting? I start dieting today. Next day I'm standing on the weighing scale to see how much I've lost. Oh, nothing has happened. Third day, oh, nothing. Fourth day, nothing. Oh, forget it. This diet is not going to work. But remember, things take time. It takes time for things to happen. It takes time for the earth to change, rotate. Imagine if it was rotating like this quickly. Everything takes time. And during this time, when you feel agitated, you're unable to control your thoughts, then you have to follow this next story which I'm going to tell you. That there was a man who was gifted a lamp by a saint. Now this was a magical lamp, you know, like Aladdin's lamp. So this was a magical lamp which was gifted to this man by a saint. And the saint told him that if you rub this lamp, a genie will appear. And anything you ask this genie, he will do it for you or he'll give it to you. But only thing remember, if this genie has nothing to do, he will eat you up. So he has to be kept occupied 24/7. So this guy got very excited. Wow, a genie can do so much for me. I'll have the best of house, best of this, best of that. So he didn't even hear what this guy told him actually properly, but he says, yeah, no problem. He kept thinking in his mind, so much to do for this genie, he'll never be free. So he came home and he rubbed that genie, the lamp, and the genie appeared. Yes, what can I do for you? Okay, can you build me a nice house? The genie did this and the house was made. Okay, can you get me the best of food from around the world? He did this and the food came. Okay, can you get me the best of clothes? Huh? Get me best of jewelry? Huh? Everything was done instant, instant, instant. And now whatever this guy wanted was there. And now he couldn't think of anything. He couldn't find anything for the genie to do. And because he couldn't find anything for the genie to do, genie started running after him to eat him. And suddenly he realized that Saint had said that if there's nothing for this genie to do, this genie will come and eat you. So now the genie is running after him to eat him. And as he's running, the guy's running in front, the genie's running behind, the guy's running in front. He ran straight to his friend and said, please, please help me. This guy's going to eat me up. Please help me, please. He has to be kept occupied. His friend said, hold on, wait, I'll help you. So he told that genie, can you plant a huge pole in that ground there? So the genie did that. So he says, now go up and down the pole, up the pole, down the pole, up the pole, down the pole, till we tell you what next. So the genie got busy. He kept going up and down that pole. And whenever they wanted something to be done, they used to get it done and then tell him go back to go up and down that pole. So the genie was occupied 24/7 and he never ever ate that guy again. So what is the moral of the story? The moral of the story is that genie is the mind. You know, if our mind has nothing, the ideal mind is a devil's workshop. If the mind has nothing to do, it'll start eating you up. All negative thoughts will come. So the trick is to keep your mind busy. And how do you keep your mind busy? Maybe by, as I said, developing your hobby or reciting a mantra or doing something to your mind so that it is constantly occupied somewhere else and you don't have any time to think anything negative or anything else except what you have at hand. So I hope these little tips help you to develop some patience, because this is what we need at the moment. And even if things are not working out, remember, maybe God has better plans. And this is how life is. We will accept what comes to our lives with grace and dignity, with calmness, with resilience, and with a very important message that the things happen at the right place, at the right time. And there is this song also, na, मेरा टाइम आएगा, सबका टाइम आता है, लेकिन वक्त के साथ आता है. Okay, I hope this helps and I'll see you again very soon with another life skill. Till then, take care.